Oh, well, hello, my wonderful, beautiful brothers and wonderful, beautiful Maverick Nation. I am the Dr. Maverick, and I'm here to welcome you to part 4 of what Izuku was a little Lagiacrus. What Izuku was the Lagiacrus part 4. Yes, in the last part, well, the 10th and 7th Colossi, Dirge, the 10th Colossi, and Hydrus, the 7th Colossi, well, we were introduced to them, figuring out that they have quite the attachment to a certain Katsuki Bakuga, who in this is not a total asshole. He is not a total asshole. He's actually a lot better than the kind of Bakuga that's in the anime and manga and shit. You know, Hydrus made sure of that, and Dirge just picked up where she left off whenever she disappeared. After the Lagiacrus attack, the first time Izuku turned into the Lagiacrus. All the way back whenever the man was 5. And that actually brings us to, well, basically at the start of the story I said that they were going to be like 10 around that. So also that would like cover like Bakugo as well. And currently right now at the start of our story, like this part, it is basically during the 5th anniversary special occasion, also known as the 5th time that they have all gotten together. Basically everyone in the survival group, Bakugo, Dirge, and Hydrus. Yeah. Basically everybody's there, you know, doing their thing. This is basically what they would consider, like Hydrus and Dirge would consider, like the 5th anniversary, you know, special occasion. You know, anniversary of like the first ever special occasion. Because, well, you know, how Izuku and his whole birthday thing that happened in the last part. So basically, it's been 5 years, and since 10 plus 5, you guys know that. You should at least know that's 15. Yes, Izuku now, and basically everyone else who was the same age as Izuku whenever that happened, are around 15. Guess we started that. We start with the anniversary actually going on. It's actually towards the end of the anniversary. And, you know, Izuku's actually been learning to be pretty freaking chill because, well, Izuku knows that, you know, Hydrus is actually pretty freaking middle AF. You know? and would, regardless of the actual risk to their health, really give Izuku the freaking tail smack, regardless of what form he's in, Lagiacrus or human. Doesn't matter. Like, if he keeps on procrastinating, he's gonna keep on getting the tail smack. You know, regardless if it actually does hurt him or not, not so much in the Lagiacrus form. In the Lagiacrus form, it's really more of an annoyance than actually hurting. But in the human form, it hurts like hell. Getting the tail from Hydrus. Because he was procrastinating from his meditation. So yeah, he decided not to do that anymore. And to just focus on meditation. But have that not be the only thing that he focuses on. Like, he still has other stuff that he's gotta do, because they're survivors. As my nephew Colton would say. Survivors. They gotta, live through this hell. If you're going through hell, keep on going. Face that fire. If you're scared, don't show it. You might get out. The devil even knows you're there. Damn it, I love that song. And I also love light blue Gatorade. Anyways. Basically, yeah. It's towards the end of the celebration. Everybody's calming down. The party's dying down. Everybody's, trying to be Netflix and chill mode. Yes, not letting that channel meme die. Yes, that's right. You heard that right. Channel meme. There's a meme for the channel, a meme for the people who watch the stuff on my channel. It's a channel meme. And I'm not letting it die. I refuse to let it die. It's like how I refuse to let the newest channel meme die. And that newest channel meme being actually the last part of my outro. At least, I try to make it the last part of my outro nowadays. Misdirection. I love that shit. It never gets old. Anyways, basically everybody's in Netflix and chill mode as much as possible. But, not too long after the actual everything, going on and going off and whatever. Bakugo would actually want to go over and see what, everything's like where Izuku lives. He just doesn't want to be stuck in one area, He wants to visit his pal. Because, he also, he forgot to actually ask Izuku if, he still thought of him as his friend. He was going to ask Izuku that, but he forgot. Now he feels bad, so this day, he's basically made it his mission to go over there and ask Izuku if, they're still friend material. Or at least something close to it. And, well, he gets the okay from both Hydrus and Dirge, kind of being like his mother and father figures. Yes, you heard that right, guys. That's why he calls him Mom and Pop. I mean, why else would he do that? They're literally his mother and father figures. The 7th Colossi and the 10th Colossi. Yeah. But basically, Izuku's also walking out, and that's basically just to get supplies and food, wherever he can find supplies and food. So basically, scavenger hunt for, like, necessities and shit. So Bakugo's just trying to keep their friendship, and Izuku's just trying to keep everyone alive. And by everyone, basically, you know, himself, Mineta, Koda, and Eri. Because that's basically what their team consists of. Bakugo has actually been thinking of something. He's been asking, Hydrus and Dirge about. Possibly joining Izuku's little squad as their 5th member. Basically, like asking if he could join. Hoping that he would get a yes and not a no. Because, well, this version of Bakugo, like I said, is not an asshole like canon Bakugo. Due to his parentage by these certain colossi, he is not a total asshole. And if you're wondering how, seeing as Bakugo's human, how he can understand, like, colossi like, Hydrus and Urge, and how the others that aren't technically monsters can understand them. Ah, shit. Well, we might just have to wait to find out. Or maybe there could be some explanation that we just haven't seen yet. Oh yeah, basically, Bakugo, wants to ensure their friendship, and what, better way than to join up with, Izuku and, all his buds. But, basically, hearsay, like, Izuku's going out, and basically, he ends up, getting a little bit of hearsay from, like, some locals of a nearby area, other, like, stronghold type places, kind of like what Izuku and his buds have. Buddies. So yeah, he's basically been hearing from hearsay that, well, basically, like, if you have enough balls, if you have a big enough dick, go ahead and try it. There is indeed a certain underwater area where, if you have enough balls, you've got a big enough dick to actually try something like that, you could go down there and try and make a basically stronghold down there. Basically, Izuku hearing about that and knowing that his quirk is Lagiacrus, a sort of water monster, And, well, also hearing, from people that the area is actually ridiculously big, and so it could indeed accommodate, like, some big-ass monster if, like, it actually wanted to get through there. And the more and more people start talking about it around Izuku without even noticing that Izuku's listening, Izuku basically ends up figuring out the place they're talking about is the Aperture Science building. And Izuku has a good idea on, like, he knows about the turrets that, instantly shoot you down if they see you. He knows about GLaDOS having, like, the whole, deadly neurotoxin thing. And also the rumors about Doug Ratman. Yeah. Izuku does have big enough balls and a big enough dick, though. Like, he has those in spades. If that wasn't evident enough already from, like, the previous parts of this What If. He does have those. And freaking spades. And, from kind of the expression that Izuku has on his face, Bakugo can kind of read it and be like, oh shit, Izuku's going big brain time. He's actually thinking of finding a way to get everybody down there. I mean, like, sure, the base that they have already is pretty tough, but, Mother Nature is like hell. So, the tougher and rougher the base that they can basically get, I mean, after science, like, all the way down onto the seabed on, like, the bottom. So, like, a deep down trench, like the Mariana Trench. Basically, that's how on the bottom, like, the actual building is. So, yeah. Being able to withstand all that freaking, like, water pressure, you gotta, at least figure something out, like, yes, indeed. That building is strong. Like, ridiculously strong. It's just, Izuku's like, the materials our building's made out of, yeah, kind of weak sauce compared to something that can survive the water pressures of something that is, like, as far down, like, maybe even farther down than something like the Mariana freaking Trench. Yeah. It's actually still in pretty good condition. So, yeah, like, to keep everything up and running and all, including GLaDOS and the turrets, even the ones that sing, apparently. Yeah, all that shit's still up and running, apparently. From, certain hearsay, apparently all that shit's still up and running. Yeah. If that isn't a sign that that shit is ridiculously strong, basically, Izuku eventually gets back to, the base, the original base, the OG base. Why I'm saying the OG base is because Izuku is very like headstrong with this. Like, he's doing it. Like, he's making themselves a new base. And he's going to basically make it out of the parts of the Aperture Science building that has just managed to just survive the wrath of not only the sea itself, but like every single sea monster itself. Like, there's like been like monsters like the Sea Emperors and the Ghost Leviathans that are like bumped up against it, and it's like, yeah, weak sauce, total weak sauce. You ain't nothing. And if a villain is that strong and still on all the way on the bottom of the freaking seafloor, all the way down like trench level, like Mariana Trench level, yeah. Definitely, if you have big enough balls and big enough dick, go ahead. Go ahead and try it. Go ahead and try to claim that shit. Make it your own. But hell if it's not going to be extremely hard to actually, be able to do it. Or at least, if there was like normal people trying to pull this job. But Izuku is not made of normal people. Neither is he a normal person. Basically, Bakugo, like, having his own hearsay, hearing about Izuku's basically, Izuku's old plan, and Bakugo wants to get in on the plan. But he doesn't want to go behind his parents' backs. But he knows that they're probably not going to approve of him doing something that dangerous. But that's basically just whenever Bakugo decides to think of every which thing that he's done to prove that he's ready. And the two first things that Bakugo automatically decides that he's going to bring up are the fact that he can literally flow his explosions around his body like how, Hydrus can. And the second thing is how long he can breathe underwater, technically. It's actually kind of like a form of breathing underwater. Because even, if he, accidentally, gets it with the wind's knocked out of him, and so his mouth opens and his nose opens, he still has, all that rounds and shit. He actually calls them rounds. And so, basically, kind of like the person in the Percy Jackson movies. Yeah, he can basically survive for 5 days and 5 nights underwater, regardless. He's actually made himself that strong. And Dirge knew about the whole holding breath underwater, but let's just say Dirge is going to be a little bit surprised himself about the whole, even if, he was forced to, intake all that in, let's say he can, filter all the excess water through the pores of his skin. Yeah. So basically, Bakugo, even if it got, really, really shitty, Bakugo, basically, a total of 5 days and 5 nights, he can hold his breath. Or, even if he isn't holding his breath, he can still survive underwater. And, seeing as those would be the first 2 points he would bring up, the whole breathing thing and his, ability to do the same thing as, Hydrus, but instead of electricity, it's explosions. It doesn't really matter the whole fire thing, because it would still be a blast of something. Even if it wasn't a blast of fire, it would be a blast of something that would still probably end up hurting something if it tried to attack him. And, well, seeing as that's going to be all around him, just like, Hydrus is electricity, those are like the first two automatic points Bakugo would bring up in his defense. Because, you know, he really wants to go along with Izuku. And you could kind of tell that Izuku really wouldn't care. That Izuku would be like, sure, whatever, just make sure it's okay with your parents. And that's basically what, you know, all Bakugo's trying to do now, is, like, make sure it's, you know, okay with them. Dirge is a little bit more lenient than Hydrus. Hydrus is being an overprotective mom. Well, the only thing that really Hydrus is able to actually bring up at the end of the day is the danger of the zombie necromorph freaking weirdos. Like head crab zombies, freaking necromorphs. No, that shit's dangerous. And Bakugo's like, may I remind you, I will be going along with like people that aren't normal themselves. And, you know, Hydrus would just be like, yes, you're right. You know, Hydrus feeling defeated. Like, Bakugo knew everything that Hydrus would pull to keep him from going. And so Bakugo was just able to, you know, freely just say everything that he could say in his defense. And in doing so, is indeed given permission to go. So basically, he just meets up with Izuku saying that he was given permission to go. And so basically, with the plan all mapped out, that Izuku has mapped out, basically telling everyone, you know, he's like, we gotta wait for Bakugo, you know. And he's like, we gotta wait for Bakugo, you know. I mean, don't want to be like dicks and not wait for him, just in case he actually is given the chance to go. Don't want to be assholes. Like, that's kind of Izuku's reasoning for waiting for Bakugo. Like, having everyone else do that as well. It's like, you know, don't want to be assholes. Like, at least give the guy a chance. And plus, you know, he actually still does, you know, indeed believe in friendship in between him and Bakugo. And so, really, there was nothing really for Bakugo to be afraid of. Because Izuku, even though it was all those years, you know, Izuku still believed that there could be a friendship in between the two of them. Because, truly, Izuku, at the end of the day, he doesn't really want to do, like, harm to anyone that doesn't deserve it. He's only okay with kicking ass if it's, you know, like kicking the ass of somebody who's an absolute dick. Well, basically, you know, everybody putting their suits on. Bakugo, the only one who really, you know, needs all that much convincing to put his actual suit on, because of the fact that he believes, like, oh, I can, you know, so many times, like, so many days underwater. But still, like, just for safety purposes, man, just for safety purposes. And, you know, Bakugo kind of knows that he can't really win with Izuku on this. So, you know, he ends up having to take a suit as well. And so basically they go down there in the suits. And, well, already they can see a big old problem. Like turrets everywhere on the outside. Like, they see like the Sea Emperor go by and just get shot to shit. Like, they just hear, target confirmed, And the Sea Emperor is now Sea Emperor Swiss cheese. Like Sea Emperor rolled with bullets Swiss cheese. And like a bloody mess everywhere. Like literally to the point where they actually have to back away just so that their tanks don't fill up with blood. And like suffocate them. Yeah. The turrets have just been upgraded to freaking mofo crazy mode. And so like everybody's like, okay, this is part of the plan. There are actually a lot more turrets than we expected originally. Like almost like a couple of the turrets realized, some people around here before, and so there have been more turrets gathering on the outside in preparation of someone actually trying to enter. Bakugo basically translating it as they saw people before, so now there's more turrets, believing that somebody might actually be trying to get in. Basically simplifying the hell out of what Izuku just said. Even though, it really wasn't all that much needed, all that much simplification. And it's basically like everybody's thinking like, well, we don't really need, we don't want to tear up these suits. Like, it wouldn't really be a problem for Eri because she's half her generator. So, like, no matter how many times she actually drowned, she would just come back and then drown again and again and again and again. So, yeah, she really wouldn't be... She'd just be stuck in limbo. That's the only real negative, thing about, Eri's situation. If she were to lose her suit, she would be stuck in drowning limbo. And, well, yeah, it's not the same thing with Coda, because if Coda transforms into the behemoth, yeah, I'm not exactly sure how long the behemoth can hold its lungs underwater, but I would think because of its massive size, it would just sink like a rock. Either that or get, shot to shit, because if it, just, shredded the Sea Emperor, all the turrets, it would probably turn, a behemoth into behemoth paste before it even got a chance to sink all the way to the bottom. So the Coda's like, yeah, no thanks. And, now it's down to 3. Basically Bakugo, Mineta, and Izuku. Izuku knows that he can turn into Lagiacrus and breathe underwater freely without, a care in the world. Because the Lagiacrus is kind of something that he just is. And so really wouldn't be a problem. It just is. So he can breathe underwater freely with no F's given. So, and if you're thinking oh, the turrets would kill. Actually, it's called an electric shock. They would be shut down before they could shoot at Izuku even once. Yeah, just electric shock once, and all the turrets would be simultaneously shut down. Either that or explode. Yeah, you guys, just making sure you guys don't forget the fact that Lagiacrus is basically lightning bender. The freaking giant ass lizard monster lightning bender person thing. So yeah, basically, It's not the same as like with the Sea Emperors, because the Sea Emperors, as far as I'm concerned, they aren't freaking lightning bender like super kaiju monster dragon things. Like maybe like super monster kaiju dragon thing, but not to the level of the Lagiacrus, and definitely not to the level of Lagiacrus whenever considering the freaking lightning bending freaking absolute like wumbo mumbo jumbo crazy shit. So yeah, either they would just shut him down, or like the freaking turrets would automatically explode because of an oversurge of power. So no matter how many, they will all just go just no, would not work. Just would not work. So basically, Izuku's scot free because he doesn't really have to worry about anything. He can basically, even in his human form, it's pretty easy for him to breathe underwater because of the fact that he's Lagiacrus. So yeah, he's basically scot free either way. Oh, and the whole thing about them shooting him whenever he's in his human form. Well, it's a little thing called Izuku's ridiculously fast whenever underwater. So you'd probably just be able to Sonic the Hedgehog the bullets. And just, like, gotta go fast. And just, like, whoosh. Before they can even, like, lock onto him. And then, like, either above or below, it come from above or come from below. Or the side. And just nab at them like ninja, like a freaking underwater ninja. Yeah, basically Izuku's pretty much but good as gold whenever it comes to surviving this first trial. So yeah. And then we go to Bakugo, which basically, he can survive, but there's the turrets. And if you guys are just wondering, could the explosions, like the wave off of the explosions, like not exactly the fire because it's water here, so like could like just the waves off of the explosions like knock the bullets back? Actually, I'm pretty sure they could, and then like the turrets would be out of commission because they would be dead. But Bakugo would have to do that to all of them. And, well, however long the rounds are going to last, however long he's going to have, it's gonna be hell on his stamina. Either that or he's going to die. Considering how many turrets are freaking out there. Because as soon as GLaDOS started realizing that there were people out there trying to get in, it was like that one meme, like, send in everything. Was it? It's like, send in everything! I freaking love that. But that's basically what GLaDOS would be doing. Just be like, send in everything. Just like, concerning the turrets. Huh. Mineta. Yeah, Mineta's screwed, basically. Yeah, he does not have any sort of, like, real big advantage. He could encase himself in ice, but, not only is he not all that good at it yet, or at least he could try, because there's a lot of water around, it could help him, but then you have to worry about hypothermia, and like the density of all the water around the ice, like possibly crushing him, because how deep down they are, just trying to get in this place. So yeah, either Mineta's gonna die from hyperthermia, turrets, or being crushed. Yeah. Damn. Damn. That is cruel. 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 But it's true. So basically, Izuku, knowing that he's like has the most potential with it, with this, basically, he just decides, "Hey, all you turrets, look at me! I'm a juicy little snack." And basically, he's like, "Guys, whatever you do not move. Hide in this one spot. They won't be able to see you here." And turns out Izuku, being considering the fact that he's been underwater a lot and knows like how the underwater shit works, they aren't able to see his friends in like an entire squad. So yeah, basically they're pretty much invisible to like the eyes of the turrets. And they're just like, wow, Izuku is smart. Technically he is the Lagiacrus, so I guess naturally this would come to him. That would basically what Bakugo and Mineta would be saying. Like, this would probably like come natural to him just because of the fact that he is literally the Lagiacrus, creature of legend beyond legend. Like, literally feared beyond feared, legend upon legend of this thing's true power, the true power of the Lagiacrus, and the reason why people fear it is because of the power of the Lagiacrus. The legend, the umbrage, the just anything and everything, and good God. Yeah. There's a reason why the Lagiacrus is feared. Because it just okos all those turrets. It's just like, oh, look at me. Oh, you're shooting me? Oh. For a second there, I was mistaking that for an underwater feather. And just like GLaDOS through like some sort of PA system would be like, wait, what? Like, let me do my GLaDOS voice. Wait, what? Oh, whoever you are, these turrets, they feel like feathers trying to tickle me. Though I don't feel really, in particularly ticklish today. It just sucks for these guys. Then again, it might actually be kind of arguable if machines actually do have lives of their own. All that theory stuff and shit. I don't really want to get too deep into because, like, the speculation shit might actually kill me. End up doing that even worse than these things could. And, GLaDOS would be like, what do I mean? I was able to tell that you were going to say that even before you actually did. GLaDOS, because GLaDOS is so advanced, GLaDOS can actually understand Izuku whenever in the Lagiacrus form. Yes, GLaDOS can actually understand multiple different, creature speak. Even the creature speak of the Sea Emperor and the Ghost Leviathan. And, several of the Colossi, possibly all of them, maybe not. So basically, GLaDOS is, so advanced that it can understand, so many different, creature speech. Basically what I'm going to call it, creature speech. And one of those creature speeches that it can understand is that of the Lagiacrus. Excuse me, Lagiacrus. Like a brain fart there. Basically, one of those creature speeches that it can understand so well is the creature speech of the Lagiacrus. Basically, Izuku is the Lagiacrus form. Basically, Izuku would just go on to explain the little bullets you have these guys trained with, trained on me. Dude, look at me. Whoever you are, look at me. Do you really think these shitty bullets are going to do anything above jack diddly shit squat and anything else above any of that to me? Even in my human form, they, well, let's just say, you'd just be wasting ammo. More than you already are. Like, already have been. And Goddess would just be like, where are the others? We know about the others. Oh, you mean my friends? Seeing as they aren't as fortunate, you're going to try to kill them. Now, you're on my bad side. Now, I'm gonna have to kill you. And then you would just hear like, and you would actually hear from GLaDOS over the PA system because GLaDOS forgot to turn it off. Actually, you would hear her actually say, "Oh shit!" Like, "Oh shit." No, it would be like, GLaDOS would be so shocked, like system shocked, that actually forget to turn the PA system off and be like, "Oh my shit." It's kind of like that thing with Vegeta and Android 19. It's like, can you machines feel fear? It's literally like GLaDOS is Android 19 and Izuku is like Vegeta. Oh, yes, it's literally that bad. And GLaDOS would be really like, wait, it's our job. And that would just be like the single excuse. Just be like, what? It's your job to have these things trained on us to kill us. Well, not so sorry, not so sorry to tell you, but just do a flex and electric shock the hell out of all the turrets all at once. And GLaDOS would be like, me? Just like, oh god, no, I'm next. And basically, like, this would be literally the equivalent of GLaDOS waving the white flag. Like, knowing that there's no hope in winning. It's just like, regardless of whoever else, like, GLaDOS manages to somehow kill, and that's just only gonna make Izuku even more pissed off. And you do not want to get a Lagiacrus pissed off. And, like, Izuku kind of, has, like, this thing, like, you can kind of tell that, like, he's actually got GLaDOS, like, whoever, like, he doesn't actually know it's GLaDOS, but whoever is behind this PA system talking to him, and he's got them, like, straight in shit-your-pants mode. Like, literally, they're too scared to fight back now. It's like, no more turrets have been sent out. Like, at least if the turrets were destroyed, you'd think they would be sent, like, more would be sent out in their place. But no, nothing like that is happening. So, like, 2 plus 2 equals 4. Like, no dip. Like, legit. Whatever is, like, speaking, like, to them through the PA system, like, is legit terrified of Izuku. And so, like, Izuku would be like, so I guess this is our cue to enter then. And GLaDOS would just be like, well, I presume if I don't allow you to enter, that something very bad would happen. Would you consider getting tail slapped all the way in half something bad that would happen? And considering the size of Izuku, GLaDOS is like, he could probably do that. It would probably have to be like at the end of the tail because of just how big just the complete tail is. You know, in order to like in half instead of just like smashing GLaDOS completely. But still could probably do that. Definitely do that. So like GLaDOS would just be like, very well, you may come in. And you know, Izuku would just be like, I don't see the door opening. And I know this place has multiple doors to actually enter to the actual building. So don't try to play stupid. Open all of them. And only close the first door whenever all of my friends have entered. Regardless of the risk of flooding the place. I don't care what happens. Just do as I say, or face the wrath of Lagiacrus. Understood, you walking toaster oven. At least from what I could get from your voice. Whatever you are, I don't care. And I could actually give a crap less if you lived or died. Yeah, like, Izuku was right, like, to tell Mineta about his behavior whenever he turns Lagiacrus mode. Yeah, there are some times where he indeed can become very, very brutal. Like, savage as shit. Metal, like, straight up metal AF. Basically, GLaDOS taking every single last word that Izuku said to heart. Basically, you know, taking all of that to heart. And no, I am not talking about the companion cube. But, you know, I do indeed enjoy, you know, the companion cube. Anyways, a little about the companion cube later somewhere in the story. Basically, yeah. Basically, you know, as soon as they're able to enter the main room, they find GLaDOS. And they end up figuring out what GLaDOS actually is. Pretty quick, because of Izuku's methodical mind. Able to deduce pretty quick what GLaDOS is, and what GLaDOS' whole purpose. Like, basically everything. Like, the entire, like, you know, dealio. And, you know, after all the explanation, like, Bakugo and, you know, yeah, Koda and Mineta, especially, like, people like freaking Koda, but, you know, Koda only really because Behemoth, and also the fact that he's not just a behemoth, he's a behemoth that's wielding a Kanabu, like a freaking Shigoki. Like how a Shigoki would wield a Kanabu. But only it's not a Shigoki, it's a freaking behemoth wielding a Kanabu. In the way a Shigoki would. And that's not terrifying enough for you? Like, I don't know what kind of deranged, crazy person you are if that's not terrifying enough. Just like, Izuku's like, calm down, guys, calm down, calm down, calm down. I got this. And Izuku just starts using his methodical mind to actually specify GLaDOS' programming. And by chessify, I mean literally flip the switch on GLaDOS. Goes from evil robot to good robot. You know, that actually helps instead of kills. But, you know, that only goes for, like, the people that are, like, you know, actually a part of the team. It's like facial, kind of like with the FNAF 2 animatronics, facial recognition software. Basically, Izuku doing his best to basically make some improvements where he sees, like, improvements might need to be made. And just in case there isn't any facial recognition software on GLaDOS, he does indeed add that. And it's actually good facial recognition software, not shitty ones like with the FNAF 2 animatronics. Like the toy ones. Yeah, they have shitty facial recognition because, like, Purple Guy still is able to kill more children. But, like, unlike with the FNAF 2 animatronics and their shitty facial recognition software, he's actually able to, like, you know, make GLaDOS the best she can be while still being on their side. Basically, kind of being, like, their version of, like, something like akin to the back computer. Or, like, if you want to do a little atop the fourth wall reference, Nemaway. Kind of like either like the back computer or like Nemaway, or even like the computer that, you know, Frieza and like the others had, like what was it called, like Revelation F something. Masako's little thing that he does, Masako X. But apparently the X is silent. Yeah. Basically, like, you know, the everyday, like, supercomputer type thing, like, or whatever, some type of machinery that can indeed talk to you, or just, like, say what needs to be said. So, like I said, back computer, Nimaway, what was his name, like, something 5, I'm thinking of, like, the robot from Power Rangers, like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers ZL. Was it Omega 5? I don't know, like him, too? Like, you know, just like those type of, like, you know, characters in a series. And so basically, GLaDOS would basically be the equivalent of that for the team. And with GLaDOS' help, they would actually be able to, you know, be a lot more efficient and a lot faster and a lot more, like, precise with everything, you know, currently. Because right now they're on, like, the current mid-level. They're not actually branching out into the other areas of the Aperture Science. And, you know, seeing as GLaDOS is now good, GLaDOS actually does indeed, you know, go to inform them about the fact that there are indeed, like, some 28 days later zombies, some head crab zombies, and some necromorphs. Yay! Only I would find that amusing. And basically, they all decide to come up with different plans, see which ones work the best for their different creatures. And so basically, basically all talk to each other, you know. And there's actually a plan that, well, Eri comes up with. Oh, and yes, before I forget to actually say this, I haven't said it in any of the parts. Even though she doesn't have her traditional quirk, she still has her horn. Eri, while not having her traditional quirk, still has her horn. Or at least would still have had her horn. Instead, in the place of, well, where her horn used to be, it's basically a bunch of constantly need to be put on, then put off to wash the area, and then put on a new thing. Basically, in order to make sure the area doesn't get infected. Whenever the regenerators were doing the thing, they basically took her horn off and, put it God knows where. Until they actually figure out that basically Eri actually kept her horn. And in a secure place too, so nothing happened to it. But it might actually be tricky trying to actually put it back on, or if they should even put it back on. Or if that could actually be possible. And basically GLaDOS being good now, being all good GLaDOS now, actually helps everyone, including Mineta, who's been for the longest time known as the Team Medic, basically helps Mineta figure out a very, very good and precise way to actually do the best possible scenario for surgery to do with the area where her horn used to be. And basically considering how the horn automatically reacts to oxygen as soon as the bag is opened, well, I can pretty much say it's a 100% certainty that the regenerators did something to the horn. Basically must have used the whole opening after ripping off the horn to somehow enter some sort of serum, and that's how she became half regenerator. Or something along the lines of that. So yeah, basically GLaDOS is just the best way to resolve all this would probably to just allow me, and basically GLaDOS would, pop up a companion cube, open the lid, and be throw it in the companion cube. And basically there's just a conveyor belt, and as soon as Mineta does this, basically the box closes, the conveyor belt activates, and Mineta actually figures out that the conveyor belt leads to the incinerator room. Yeah, basically just incinerate all of that crazy ass shit. And basically Mineta's be wait, wouldn't putting all that in the incinerator cause some fumes? Something similar to the deadly neurotoxin? And basically GLaDOS would be actually, it's meant to be filtered out through a special valve. Now, where does the special valve go to? Oh, well, I at least wanted to be a part of the whole getting rid of these nasties, so I figured I could use whatever materials were tested on the horn to find a way to use them to get rid of at least one type of these baddies. And basically, what GLaDOS ends up telling Mineta, like, she actually did with, like, the end results of, like, all of the experimenting done on the horn whenever it went through the valve. So basically, it would, like, turn into a different substance. Apparently, it's a gas that it turned into. And Mineta's like, what is this, like, gas? Like, gas. Oh, well, and Mineta would also be like, oh, hold on. And who are you using it on? And GLaDOS would just be like, oh, the headcrab zombies. I mean, they're already in pain as it is. I figured out, well, I basically figured that to take, basically put them out of their misery, even if it is in a very brutal and violent way, still putting them out of their misery. And I don't exactly think the gas would be too kind to the creatures latched onto their skulls. So basically the gas, after the head crabs detach themselves from the bodies, would still affect the head crabs. In fact, even kill them. Well, it's the most highly concentrated, highly lethal dosage and version of mustard gas and tear gas mixture that I could basically come up with and actually use without hurting any of you. A combination of mustard gas and tear gas? You turned Ares' horn that was already invested with, some sort of, like, regenerator DNA into some sort of tear gas and mustard gas mixture? More mustard gas than tear gas. But yes. Yes, indeed, that is what I said. No wonder the head crabs would also be feeling the pain. I mean, that's just damn. Basically, Ari would be like, are you two done now? Can I tell you what I want to do? Basically, now that I know about the conveyor belt and that there's actually one that leads to the incinerator, actually, I might actually want you to close the valve after you're done dispersing all the gas. I might need someone for bait. Someone willing to, get those, spider crab looking necromorph thinking creatures all in one area. Just get them lined up. Each crate could hold several of them. All you would have to do is just shut it all real good to make sure that they didn't bust out while going down the conveyor belt. Wait, you want to shove the necromorph crab spider monster things in companion cubes and Yeah, send them down to the incinerator. That way, they literally won't be able to escape. Automatic instant death. Damn, you're metal too, Harry. Like hardcore metal. Mind you, I am half regenerator. Oh yeah, that's right. Well, I at least hope you think. I at least hope that you're like feeling better when it ever comes to your horn. Oh yeah, you and Gladys have helped a lot with the whole horn problem and everything else. In fact, we might actually be able to become very good friends, GLaDOS. Oh, that is very kind of you. And so what about anybody else? Like, what are we gonna do about the zombie dudes? Like, we know about how to get rid of the head crab zombies, and like plan for the necromorph spider crab thingies. What about the really fast, creepy zombies on crack? What about them? And good God knows what else. Like, a possibility we haven't really seen that one around. Maybe that's just because it's been hiding somewhere here. Who do you speak of, Minetta? Oh, GLaDOS, who I speak of. You seem to know of an operation called Umbrella? Umbrella. Let's see. Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. Oh, well, sorry to burst your bubble, but I have indeed come across Nemesis before. I never tried to openly confront Nemesis, but there have been times where it simply just walked past me, almost as if it didn't even notice I existed. Wow, you're one lucky AI. Well, thank you, Minetta. Thank you very much. Honestly, I just think the creature is too stupid to actually be able to tell whenever there's true art standing right in front of it. You're not really standing, you're hanging. You get my point, Minetta. Yeah, I do, but still, not standing, hanging. Yeah, Minetta, but still, like you said, uh, the whole thing about those speed zombies and Nemesis, if Nemesis actually decides to come around, and even the myths about the whole Doug Ratman guy. Oh, believe me, they aren't myths, Minetta. Okay, now I'm creeped out even more. You literally just confirmed that they aren't myths. That guy literally existed, and possibly still does exist. Good God, no wonder I've been hearing so many weird sounds. Oh God, I think I might throw up. Hmm. Manette will be alright, okay? I hope you're right, Ari. I hope you're right. Hmm. Ah. Holy shit! Did you start up the planetary about getting rid of all those guys? Well, GLaDOS actually said that she was going to be on autopilot with all of those. So, they should already be beginning. Why could we not have just thought something about this guy? I do indeed believe that even if we had made some sort of plan, that we wouldn't be able to really do all that much. In fact, we might have just made it even more angry. Great. Now we know we're screwed. Stores. Holy crap. We are screwed. Oh, wait, no! Let go of my friend! Oh, shit! Just cracked every skull in. Stores. Attention, emergency help is needed. Attention, emergency help is needed. Attention, emergency help is needed. Emergency help is here. Target confirmed. Nemesis. Stores. Ah, crap. Oh, oh. Banana! Izuku. Please can't exactly say we weren't on it for a good ride, right, buddy? Oh God, punctured his lung. Oh no. Oh God, Manetta. Coda, don't do something stupid. You don't know anything about this guy. Stores. No. Holy shit! Just cleaned his arm off! No. Can't transform in here. It's too enclosed of a space. But what am I to do, damn it? Have to get Coda. Let's nut chop him! Ugh. Okay. I'll shave his arm. You know what they say about hands. If you get, soon enough, it is reattachable. Izuku Midoriya, you aren't exactly wrong about that, but I think there are more pressing matters at hand. Well, then you try and help with that. I will do what I can. Thanks, GLaDOS. Sorry for yelling. I hate that thing. It killed Manila. What the fuck no? There's like delicate technology around everywhere that if you were to start throwing explosions and shit, you could actually seriously screw us over. That's right. Damn it. Well, what are we supposed to do? Just fight this thing hand to hand? No. I have a way. And there you go. What do you think ghost leviathans like to eat? What do you mean? I saw a school of them a while back around here. Maybe they're stayed in the general same area. If they find a big enough piece of meat, logically speaking, they would head straight towards it. You're not actually thinking of, yeah, it is a risky move, but whoever said anything about, you know, risk and reward and all that shit. Stores. Shut up. You do realize that in order to get in, like, the middle of a big school of ghost leviathans, you're gonna have to be out there yourself. Remember, Bakugo, I can breathe underwater. Plus, if the Sea Emperors can't really do anything to me, then I doubt the little ghost leviathans stand much of a chance either. Yeah, but it's an entire school of them. I can shoot through an entire school of Sea Emperors like it's frickin' payday. So, I just think you should just be glad that I came up with this plan when I did. Hey, buddy. Stars. Stars. Yeah, that's right. Come on, come on. Stars are here. Over here. Come on, buddy. Don't you see? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, mother fricker. What? That's right. Smile, you son of a... What, harpoon gun? What are you doing? I'm making sure that the plan works. Now, how do you feel this? Ah, your lungs are filling up with water. And that's sad for you. And it turns out you got a very big gash in your flesh. Because of that old harpoon gun. You don't look too good. Asphyxiating. Oh, look at those. You know what those are? Of course you can't talk. You're dying. Oh, well. The ghost leviathans don't seem to care if the food is alive or dead before they eat it. They're a lot less picky than the Sea Emperors. That is one thing I like about these guys. They're nowhere near as picky. So, come on. Come and get us. We're right here. Yeah, scream while you can. I open a can of whoop ass. Yeah, that's right. Shit straight through him. You're trying to get to me too. Well, okay. Now, you want to sink your teeth into me? Well, looks like you ripped what you sow. Transform and surge. Victory roar in 3, 2, 1. Victory roar of the Lagiacrus. Not even the ghost Leviathan stand a chance. They all just fall. After all, Lagiacrus is a legend for many reasons. It's just a good thing I had a little bit of a meat shield. Not that I really need one against these guys. They all just ram straight into me and, well, end up getting electroshock therapy like no tomorrow. It's one thing that they both have in common with the Sea Emperors, and it's stupidity. They may not be nearly as picky, but they sure are incredibly stupid just as much as the Sea Emperors. How many times is it going to take for these guys to figure out that ramming in straight into me, right as I'm about to transform, is not a good idea if they want to keep their lives? So, yeah, looks like I have quite the food supply to take home. Oh, and, I actually look like I'm bleeding out pretty bad. Anyway, is the harpoon stuck to me? It feels like I'm being pulled in. But Bakugo, he grabbed the other end. Izuku, I'm pulling you in! Bakugo, you mad lad mother trucker. You did it. Freaking did it. You crazy son of a gun, you did it. Bakugo. Yeah, Izuku? I bet you probably wanted to know if you could really actually become a member of our team. Well, with what you just did right there, risking your life so much, literally being outside, here in the midst of everything, to pull me back in, reel me back all the way back in here, that is definitely the spirit of someone I would want on my team. So, I guess I'm pretty sure you know what that means. You should be smart enough to know. Oh my god. And yes, Bakugo, we're still friends. Thank you, Izuku. Thank you so much. But we need to get you to medical staff. Oh, not nearly as bad as Mineta. That is, if there's even still any chance that he could actually be alive. Yeah, it's a fool's dream to actually think that Mineta was able to survive that. Actually, I guess it's just dumb luck that Nemesis missed Mineta's heart. I think him basically having a panic attack at the side of the guy, causing him to, jolt backwards, caused just barely to miss. And not even affect any of the bones in the rib cage. Just go straight through. It's not like it isn't going to hurt though. But at least no vital areas or any sort of bones were damaged. Just went straight through. And, well, very conveniently didn't hit anything that would, like, be caused for heavy amounts of alarm. Well, unless you are thinking on the line of, severe blood loss. But, what are, AI like GLaDOS there for? At least now that you reprogrammed GLaDOS to no longer be absolutely insane, and actually be on the side of what could be considered actually the good guys. Well, this is a workout and a half. Yeah, and to think about it, I literally went all the way in there into a school of ghost leviathans with Nemesis attached to me via harpoon gun. I'm talking about you being the crazy one. But there's a little bit of a difference between you and me. One, I'm the Lagiacrus, and you're not. And I think that's a big enough reason just already to kind of see the differences and why, they're differences that actually matter in the grand scheme of things. Well, can't exactly say you're wrong on that. So I think we might have actually just, well, I think I'm not exactly sure if you're going to believe us on this or not, but I think all of the necromorphs, head crabs, and head crab zombies that, and other zombies that would end up after us already inside the Aperture Science building, well, that was all of them. Basically, I don't know what it was, but Lagiacrus has pretty much ensured all of us that it wasn't Nemesis, which is the reason why there was such less, of a number than most places. But, if Nemesis isn't the reason why there was so many, less than in other areas could possibly be thought of, then, and I don't exactly think they'd be afraid of Doug Ratman. I mean, it's freaky the first few times you hear his rants and raves, but I don't think it's caused that much alarm for creatures that barely have their own consciousness of their own anymore. I actually might have a theory onto why there were so many less then. If it wasn't Nemesis or Doug Ratman, and oh, it's just to think. Uh, oh, it's gonna probably sound crazy. I'm not even sure if I believe it myself, but it's just a tiny hunch. But just because it's tiny doesn't mean it's not terrifying. I I just spit it out, man. It's hard. How am I supposed to say it? I never thought it would get this bad. Tell me, Bakugo, does this look familiar? Some sort of canister of... I don't actually think I know what that language is. Probably what the stuff is, but if I can't actually read it and know what's actually on there, then I'm probably not going to know what it is. That's actually Chozo language, and it's Chozo for phason energy. Phason? What the f is phason? That's not all. Do you realize anything extra weird about some of the ones that came to attack us? Well, definitely say that the behavior of those zombies on speed, as you could call them, was definitely a lot different. Almost like what little mind they probably did have left was being sucked dry. Exactly. And the phason isn't the only thing. It's something that came with the phason. This is something of a package I found. There's more containers of that stuff. Yes, but this seems to be one of the only ones that actually has the supposed phason energy still in it. Otherwise known as unopened. Or if it was, someone did not want to use it. At least not yet. And there's something of little journal that came with the package, more or less attached to it. And the journal reads something like that of a log of an area lost to the impending doom of some sort of monster. And that was once, at least, could have been the fate of a person trying to set things right. They were a space bounty hunter, pretty much freelance all the way. But they ended up getting infected with this thing called the X parasite, and born from pieces of her suit that had to be taken off, or else she would have died, was the s.a.x, the Samus Aaron X, which means the phason isn't the only thing. Of course, there's actual sections a part of this little journal that talk about phason energy and what it's done in the past, what it's created in the past. Something known as Dark Samus is the result of phason being used on creatures known as Metroids. lone Metroid experimented on with phason energy became Dark Samus. Basically, both of these things, both phason energy and whatever's left of the X parasites, are possibly still roaming around here. We definitely don't want to end up like whoever this Samus Aran person was, and basically have some sort of clone as all of our previous powers going after us, literally trying to kill us. We definitely don't want that. I don't think any of us want that, do we? Oh, and about Coda's arm. Coda's arm has been successfully reattached with no problems. Even noticed minimal scarring. That's great to hear, GLaDOS. Very great to hear. However, about the existence of the X parasite and even the amount of phason energy that you had found, the fact that several others of those containers are empty, I would watch your step. Something gives me a hunch that you said freelance space bounty hunter Samus Aran. Looking in my logs, the only Samus Aran that fits the description of freelance space bounty hunter. Oh yes, there definitely was a moment in which a being known as Dark Samus was created from a fusion of a Metroid and phason energy. So you're saying Dark Samus, and possibly even several specimens of the X parasite species are around here, and that's what ended up causing the shortage of all the other guys? Yes, it could indeed be theorized that Dark Samus murdered most of them and then went off somewhere else in the midst of the building. I could try to find their heat signature. Please do. Please do. Before anyone else gets hurt. Rightio. Oh. Goodness gracious, no. What is it? They're near the... where the companion cubes go to be disposed of. Oh, God, they're near there? Oh, well, I know where the hell I'm going next. Before they have any chance to go any further away from that area, at least we would know where they were. Hello, Izuku. The only quirk thing you have is literally too damn big for this damn place. Correction, Katsuki Bakugo. There have been renovations made to accommodate for the size of the Lagiacrus quirk. Wait, what? How long were we away? Quite the amount of time, actually. Possibly because of the situation that you were both in, you weren't really paying attention to how many hours had actually gone by in between the different events that had taken place. But we were gone for hours? Oh, well, I guess that does explain some of lowered stamina that I might be experiencing. There is indeed a map of the cafeteria. Where to find it? Oh, thanks. Is there like a special? Specialist pizza. Any two toppings? Stuffed crust or garlic crust? Either or. Hot damn. Even after this place has been down for so long, we still have amazing tasting food. Okay, I'm going by. Woo! Pizza, here I come. Well, thanks, GLaDOS. Now that Kazuki isn't freaked out completely, now I can finally get to that area. At least somewhere close to there. Considering how fast this creature can probably move. Dark Samus. Well, they're freaking about to be dead, Samus. Well, let's see who's the better predator. A lousy copy of the space bounty hunter Samus Aran, or the Lagiacrus of legend. Feared around all of anywhere and everywhere where the name can be heard. Let's see which one is better at doing what they do. I'm coming, Dark Samus! Oh, also make sure to watch out for the X parasites. I have a visual of what they look like. And a possibility of there being some strand of the X parasite that ended up creating the s.a.x. is my hypothesis that it's a possibility that the s.a.x. could just be about as deadly as Dark Samus. Maybe even deadlier. Considering certain variables and certain afterthoughts made during contingency time. Good. Can I at least trust you to keep me updated? Well, I've heard of this special technology that was used way back in a time where war was evolving at a rapid pace. With machines called Metal Gears that could drop a nuke anywhere. There's a special type of technology. Basically, anyone that's allowed to actually get onto the other end of this technology could be heard from anywhere. And no one would be able to encroach on you. They'd only be able to hear you, not the other way around. So they couldn't hear who I was talking to, but it could indeed be a slight possibility that they could hear me, but it's only slight considering the updates. Am I correct? Yes, you indeed are. Good. Let's see how this new and improved version of old-fashioned technology made for the massive escapades of war upon war, likes of only the Metal Gears could provide. I've heard of them, but I've never seen a Metal Gear in action. And I've heard there's actually Metal Gear Rays or Rexes. I actually am not even sure the full name, but definitely, indeed, possibly looking forward to in the future, seeing which one of us is be the more powerful one. That is, if you survive. Oh, me survive Dark Samus or the s.a.x? You gotta be kidding me. Well, will you at least turn on the technology before we continue our conversation? Yes, GLaDOS. Yes, indeed. Well, GLaDOS, can I read you? I can read you. You can read me? Yes, the technology works. Okay, so if this is right and ready and raring to go, no one should be able to tell. After I don't exactly plan to be yelling everything, so we should be pretty good. There's also been other added extras in between the time of Bakugo leaving for the cafeteria and our conversation. What, you added some stuff on? Like what? Well, you'll just have to look and see. I'm not going to reveal all my tricks until it's actually time for them to be used. Aw, you crafty little devil, you, GLaDOS. This is why, it's nice to have friends in all sorts of places. High, low, medium, doesn't matter. Just as long as they're there for you all the way. Indeed. Now, let's go after that phason-fueled Metroid. Yeah, Dark Samus, here we come. That's where I believe we should leave off. Alonzia, because of that Dark Shadow Maverick is just out. So beijo, 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 beijo. Why would you do this on the day of my daughter's wedding? Spanish Italian. I just made a Spanish Italian accent. Why would you do this to me on the day of my daughter's wedding? Why? Why would you do this to me? And I got that shit from Zootopia. Trust me, it's a good movie. Also, I'm a bounce like it's Quidditch. Eat, and I'll eat. It's stretch. Bye-bye.